I trimmed my bangs yesterday and I didn't do a very good job, but we'll just have to live with them as they are. Alrighty, let's turn it off here. How's everybody doing today? Let's pop out the chat. Well, I have to wait until the video starts. There we go, so I can pause it. All right, let's pop out the chat. And now you know the drill, everybody. If you're new here, please make sure you say hello in chat so that I can say hi back. If I don't always see the chat as it's going by, but I can pop out the list, the participants list. And it's just a list of the names of everybody who has said hello in chat. Oh, how's everybody doing? I got my hair in a braid today. The ponytail was getting exceedingly frizzy and stuff. Today is Sunday, January 14th. And if you notice the red lights on my tree, a month from now, that's going to be a Valentine's tree. You know, just because it's a pine tree doesn't mean it has to be just for Christmas, right? Sorry, folks. I've been yawning for hours. It's really weird. Okay, let's see what's going on. Howie's out working in the shop. He's got my camera, so God only knows what you guys are going to get for a video tomorrow or Monday. Or tomorrow is Monday or Tuesday. Oh, did I tell you I ordered my apricot trees? I've ordered my apricot trees. They are due to come at the end of April. And they were $135 for the two of them. But that's, you know, that's like $30 in shipping, right? So it's Katrina Babe's birthday. I need a name. Is it Katrina? Is your name Katrina? If it's not Katrina Babe, then give me the name I'm supposed to sing, okay? Hey, I'll say hi to everybody in just a few minutes. So I've ordered my apricot trees. I'm missing something here. I miss something there. Anyway, everybody got a big kick out of my, well, you know, my oh no, there's snow. And oh yeah, you want to see? You want to see what I woke up to today? Look at that. The old pool. Look at that. My goodness, isn't that beautiful? That fell since last night, and the stuff that was, well, it was snowing yesterday. It is oh, I just get the camera set where I want it, and Miss Magoo has to come in and have her part in the live stream. Now look, you give everybody your Mona Lisa smile. There it is. No, not enough. Right here, look. Gracie. Oh, look at the people. Say hello with your... Oh, you are terrible. And everybody loves you so much. We call it her sideways smile. We call it the Mona Lisa look. Oh my goodness. Oh my goodness. You're my baby, aren't you? So, and her mommy loves her oh so much. Mwah. Because she's her mommy's sweetheart. Look over here. Say hello. No, over here. There it is. She's her mommy's girl. She's her mommy's darling. Getting ready for snooze. The best dog in... There it is. There's the Mona Lisa look. The world. All right, give me a kiss. Mwah. You want a treat? You gotta go over here for it. Where nobody can see you eating the treats they sent you. Cookies and cream. Blueberry. Can you see that, folks? And I think there's a meaty one left. Oh, no, you guess you'll have to have a raspberry one. Here you go. Here you go. Here's your mother to do. I'm not Oh, all right, fine. I'll scratch your butt. Come here. Oh, scratch the butt. We call it scratching her butt, but it's the backs of her legs. Because she can't reach them. No. There, go. No, I'm not scratching your bum anymore. Go check the fire. Go see if Daddy's coming in. Go see if Daddy's coming in. Don't make eye contact. There she goes. Hi, everybody. Okay, let me just and hope that it doesn't fall. All right, I gotta turn the heater off. The baseboard heater in this room has been shut off permanently because I have, all kinds of, never mind, don't worry about it. All right, let's pop out, whoops, the participants list and say hello to April Greer, BlackRock. Okay, I see. This is how old I am. I see April Greer, BlackRock, Katrina Babe, who apparently it's Katrina's birthday, so I need a name. Chanel 23, Coco Bear, Creaky Boy's mom, Denise Hackett, Jill V, Joe Mama. Just Mom doing stuff, who we call jamming. We be jamming. Kathy Ponder, what are you pondering today? Linda Betty Boop Bop. Ooh, say that one 3 times real fast. Lori Lazar McChesney. Michelle Maria. Miss Math Forever. Mama Duke. Charlene Weber. I got your seeds, Charlene. Thank you very much. Sherry Leach. And you sent me a lot. Stephanie Alexander. Steven, Sweet Sipper, Tammy Duncan, Teresa Petro, Tigger Bouncin, and Trudy W. Did I get everybody? Okay, let's go back out to live chat. Why isn't it come? There we go. So, it's Kathy. Okay. Happy birthday to you. Happy birthday to you. Happy birthday, dear sweet Kathy. Happy birthday to you. Mwah, and many more. Hey, Nina. How's it going? Deborah Ramirez. Sherry Leach, Barefoot Chickens. How's everybody doing today? So, yeah, I have ordered my apricot trees. They will come, and I ordered 2 because when I ordered the original tree that I have outside, I ordered 2 of them because that one, now most apricot trees are self-fertile, but the ones I bought because they were better for a northern climate, but they needed a pollinator. And when I bought the 2 of them, the pollinator died before it never survived. And then the second one I got, Nancy brought me, it never survived. So this year I'm ordering 2 really hardy I've ordered really two hardy apricot trees. They're called Casino, and they are orchard stock. And what orchard stock means is they're not these perfect trees. They may be a little, crook-necked and, like the Tin Man or something, but they're just as hardy. And they were like, well, the regular ones were $61.95 a tree, and the orchard grade were $47.95. So you know why, but they still develop the same amount of fruit and all that stuff. It's just the tree itself isn't like very ornamental. It's kind of, So I ordered 2 of them. Baked a pumpkin pie from scratch and didn't burn it. Good job. Well, you're welcome, Kathy. It's nice to know your name isn't actually Katrina, because I've been calling you for Katrina for how long? It's cold, cold, cold. Feels like minus 15 here today, and tomorrow's high is minus 3. Brr, buddies, I blame global warming. I'm sorry. I just got to say, I'm 60 years old, and the weather hasn't changed significantly at all my entire life. That's all I'm saying. That's what I've witnessed. I wish they canceled things here, but nope. This is a typical northern Alberta here. Thankfully, I haven't had to work the last 2 days. Well, I'll tell you, Jammin, it's your alias. Okay. Yeah, really, eh? That's about yeah, exactly. It's Trump's fault, right? But the thing is I watched this gentleman talk on video. I'm going to see if I can find it. And if I can find it, I'm going to do a commentary on it on Rumble. But he said, the answer is we've got global warming or climate change. Yet the question is, since when? And it's not a derogatory question. It's an actual question because it depends on where in history you start, measuring the temperature changes from. If you go back to the Roman period, we are actually 5 degrees cooler than the Roman period on average. So the question is, the world is heating up. You got to ask since when? Like, what time frame are they talking about? Snowing in western Arkansas, snowing in New Jersey. Deborah Ramirez, what am I missing? It's Debbie from UK. Hi, darling. Hi. Now, the folks who won the mystery seed envelopes, did they all get their seeds yet? We need cold snaps like this to control germs. Also, years where we have had a mild winter, we are overrun with bugs in spring. Well, you look at places like, Laura, where they have tropical weather. And I walk around barefoot all the time. Well, I don't anymore. I used to walk barefoot all the time. But in places where it's tropical, you can get eggs embedded in the soles of your feet, and you get these little worm things you got to get taken out and all that stuff. So, I mean, it's different things for different places, right? All it says is it is in Jacksonville, Florida for the last month. What are we talking about? What are we talking about? It doesn't feel like Michigan is... I doubt it, right? I mean, I lived in Toronto till I was 12. And it didn't always... We had green Christmases. We've had green Christmases here. We've had green Christmases off and on my whole life. I do not see... Like my wedding day, 30 years ago on July 31st, it was 95 degrees in the shade, or 35 degrees Fahrenheit, or 35 degrees Celsius, 95 degrees Fahrenheit on my wedding day. And when my brother was born, 63 years ago. Wait, what is this? 62 years ago? There was a heat wave. 95-degree temperatures for a week. The last week my mother was pregnant with my brother Bob. And Dad said he had to borrow every fan in the neighborhood to try and keep Mom cool. So I don't see a whole lot of difference. You know what I mean? That's just me, though. Right? And I'm sure this video is going to get one of those, COVID climate thing stamps. Did you see that? I made this little short on our half-acre homestead showing all the snow going, oh no, it's snowing in January. I blame global warming. But somewhere in there I go, yeah, don't look at my hair. And people are joking that I'm, blaming my hair on global warming. It's all about manipulation as far as I'm concerned. Hey, Rosita. before I go to a music video pop-up. What's a music video pop-up? Hey, Leanne. Yeah, isn't that funny? The only thing that's different from how I remember it as a child is it's becoming windier here in western Nebraska, which I hate, but whatever. I did decide against, hi, Chanel. I did decide against having these teeth pulled for now because when they texted me to confirm my appointment, now they give you 3 days. They tell you 3 days before, okay, are you going to, but if you don't reply within 24 hours, right? You don't, they give you 3 days to say yes or no. And it's only a text, yes or no. And if you say no, you have to say it within the first 24 hours of that text, or they might not get it in time. And if you don't show up for your appointment, even though you texted them 24 hours ahead, they'll still charge you $35 for not showing up. So I called when I got that saying, oh, you have an appointment on Friday. I phoned the dentist's office and I said, look, here's the deal. I mean, it's bad enough I have gaps in my teeth back here on the top, but having this whole row here taken out when there's no assurance that I'm going to be able to afford to have the plates made. Because your office told me they're usually covered, and I found out mine aren't. I only get $1,000 a year per calendar year. I only get $1,000 to have my teeth worked on. And once they pull these 5 teeth out, I'm down to about $600, $500, right, of coverage. And the partial plates start at $2,500. And I don't even know if that's top or bottom or both, right? So I needed some clarification. So I phoned them and said, look, once you take out my teeth, I'm not going to have a whole lot of coverage left, at the very most $600. I said, and you say they start at $2,500. That leaves me, approximately $2,000 to cover. I need to know, like I asked the dentist and he said, we'll sort something out, but I need to know for sure if I'm going to be able to pay for these plates on a time, in payments, not a loan with your loan company or whatever. I want to make a deal where I can give you the post-dated checks and we're good, right? Hell, I could do that while my gums are healing, but I'm not losing any more teeth until I know for sure that there's a plan to give me new ones. And she said, well, payment plans are between you and the dentist. And I said, well, you better ask the dentist for me because I'm not showing up for an appointment, having my husband take time off work to sit in his chair and find out before he pulls my teeth that there's no payment plan to have them replaced. So she said, okay, well, I'll talk to the doctor and I'll phone them back. And apparently they submitted a claim for the taking of these teeth, so they could find out how much was left, I guess, whatever, but nobody phoned me back. So I hit, in the first 24 hours after, because as soon as I got that text, I phoned them. And then, so when I didn't hear back by the end of the day, I hit the text, no, I'm not coming for my appointment. 20 minutes later, I get a phone call. Oh, I noticed you're not going to show for your appointment and blah, blah, blah. And I said, this is what's going on. And I explained it again. I said, unless you can reassure me that I can have an individual payment plan with the dentist. Oh, and she told me when I first called that it's between you and the dentist and it's never a long-term thing. I said, what? It has to be done in 6 months. She said, no, like 3. I said, how am I going to pay $2,000 in 3 months? Right? Well, it takes your mouth 3 months to heal after they take the teeth, right? Then they do the plates, right? So I could be paying for those plates while my mouth is healing. I could be making monthly payments to those plates so that by the time the plates are ready, they're already half paid for. right? Because it takes 3 months to heal. So I didn't hear back. I hit no. They called me and said, oh, well, we're, blah, 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 blah. I said, no. I said, you're not. I said, my face is on camera every single day. And it's bad enough I got gaps in the top of my mouth. But I'm not taking these teeth out when I got to be on camera if I'm not going to have the fastest possible solution for having them replaced. I haven't heard back. Homestead, Tessie, what did I miss? Good morning, Norma. How are you, darling? Hey, Melissa. That's practically creative. Nina, hi, darling. It cost me at the least $250 per tooth, and I'm like you. I have gaps, and there I would like to have better teeth, but it just isn't in my budget. Well, the thing is now I'm going to start looking into homemade dentures for at least these teeth and these teeth. Maybe I can do partial plates with homemade kits. But thing is I get $1,000 for coverage, and it's $109 billed to the insurance company for each tooth, $100 to $135, depending on the difficulty of the tooth. And I pay 20% of that. So no, I don't even pay 20% of that. I pay more. When I had when I took through, it cost me approximately $30 a tooth. That's with insurance. It cost me approximately $30 a tooth. And that is if the extraction is simple, right? Stay away from the homemade kits. What's going on, Deborah? Deborah, what's going on, sweetheart? Talk to me. A long battle. Well, when they pulled this one here, I couldn't figure out. I thought maybe I had damaged the gum when I was eating chips, because it's hard to eat chips with no molars. I put them in my mouth. I press them. My tongue presses them to the roof of my mouth, and then I chew. And I thought I had done something, but after about a week and a half, I had a shard of bone or tooth come out, and then it healed. So you still haven't received your canner. Did you contact the company? Because last I heard, they were out of stock. So you may have to wait for for the new stock to come in. Please contact 4Jars for your country. If you're in the US, 4jars.com. If you're in Canada, 4jars.ca. I have no idea about the workings of it. I just use the stuff. Hey, Coco Bear. I started using Uncle Harry's dental products, and they are literally remineralizing my teeth. I chew 100% xylitol gum after meals too, and use a xylitol toothpaste in the evening. It's helping so much. I don't know what to tell you, Deborah. It's not my company. I only support it, and I'm really sorry. When did you order your canner? Doesn't it make you want to pull your own teeth, tie a string, and slam the door? That's not how it works. It doesn't really. That's for children whose teeth are extremely loose, like this one right here. Yeah. See? I can't pull that one alone. Hey, Patricia Carson. November 12th. Wow. I don't know what to tell you, sweetheart, except what did they say when you called them? Timothy Williams. Hi, darling. How does 60 feel so far? I'm scared to face it in May. Don't feel no different than 59, 58. I'm only a few days older than I was when I was 59. It's all good. Homemade teeth replacements will cause irreversible damage to your existing oral structures, such as your TMJ. What is a TMJ? Hi, Paula. The thing is there ain't many teeth left in my mouth to care about. And besides, I might go to Costa Rica one day and see. Go down to Costa Rica for a couple of weeks and say, hey, can you build me? I had to leave a message. Well, the last I heard that they are out of stock because some of the canners arrived with the inside tray being slightly bigger than it should have been and didn't fit properly. So I'm imagining that they've had to pull those canners to check them, and if the trays are too big, then they have to restock all those trays, right? So it could take some time. Hey, Nat. I can tell a difference when I turn 60. I just cannot lift heavy objects. Like I haven't been able to do that for years. I hate that part about getting older. Snow much fun over here. I'm snow late. Snow sorry. Hi, Waldo. How's it going? Where's Freaky Geek today? Well, it's all you can do. Okay. I don't know what else to tell you guys. I really don't. Temporary mandibular joint is where your lower jaw attaches to the upper jaw, roof of your mouth, up under your ear. Really? Hi, Willow. How are you, darling? Oh, you're not too late. We've only been here like 26 minutes. So now sitting in my cart. Oh, and I wanted to say, because you guys tipped me so generously on my birthday, I think I got something like in Canadian dollars, $190 in tips. That translates into $108 from YouTube. After YouTube took their cut, it turned out to be $108. And how much were my 2 apricot trees? $108.95. Plus, it was like $28 shipping or whatever, which Howie paid for my birthday. So I'm doing good. Hey, Trish, how's it going? And Ogren, hello. So, YouTube is highway robbery. Hey, Aces. Yeah, well, I said that Howie and I talked about this. And I'm paying, that's what it costs me to use their platform because they do everything else. Well, they don't film for me and they don't edit for me and they don't appear in the video for me. And they don't pay my internet bill to upload all this stuff. But they do offer the platform. Now, should they get 45% of my tips? Absolutely not. But the truth of the matter is that's what it costs to just make a video and upload it to a website that does everything else. It is what it is. Maybe highway robbery, but I'm still working at plumping up my Rumble. I'm actually doing the little house books on Rumble. I've got Little House of the Big Woods is on Rumble. And when I did that, some of the chapters on YouTube were divided in half, and I put them together on the other one. But there are some I'm going to have to reread the chapters because I pronounced slew wrong. I kept saying slough because it was spelled S-L-O-U-G-H. And to me, that's cough, rough, And so slough was the close, I wouldn't say sloth, right? So Bev, I'm wondering if you ever made those cabbage burgers. I made a big run and was thinking of you the whole time. I have 5 dozen in my freezer. Is that where you slice the cabbage and oil it and roast it in the oven? I don't know. You know what? I get so many ideas sent to me through Messenger, through email, and I have 3 or 4 emails, that I don't always get the chance to do the things people send, and then by the time I do get the chance, I've completely forgotten about it. So tell me it again, or send me the recipe again around cabbage harvest when I'm pulling cabbages out of the garden, okay? They make a lot on the commercials, but so do I. I don't make a lot on the commercials, but the whole point is I make money by ad revenue. And this is where they get you. This is where they get you. Because if you don't follow the community guidelines and you don't talk about the things you're not supposed to talk about, or else they pull your ad revenue because it's not suitable for ad revenue if you're, bucking the system, so to speak, verbally. Slough is pronounced both slow and slough, depending on the usage. I called them slough. I called them the slough, right? Because, well, let's just settle this once and for all, because I really don't want to have to reread stuff I don't need to. Pronounce. Oops. Pronounce. S-L-O-U-G-H. Now listen carefully, because I'm gonna play this.
We are looking at how to pronounce these words, as well as how to say more interesting but often confusing words in English, so make sure to stay tuned to the channel. 3 different pronunciations for this word. If you're talking about the snake skin, this is said as
would be slough.
Slough. Otherwise, it's simply slough, or in American, slough.
Okay. So I'm pronouncing it. Okay, so I'm pronouncing it correctly for how I have been raised. Okay, it's pronounced slough. If you're sloughing off like a snake shedding its skin, it's called sloughing, right? But it's called slough unless you're American, then you call it slew. I'm Canadian. Sorry. Slew. I'm not going anywhere unless I have a ride from door to door. Rosita Slade, that just makes some servers will not care all about their work because they will get the money from the servers that do care. Oh, you joined Rumble yesterday. Thank you. Okay. I'm recovering from a complete reverse shoulder replacement done on Tuesday morning, and I've had an amazing pain-free result, and I'm only using Aleve for pain and rarely taking them as well. Good job. Good job. I tried to go without my lorazepam completely for one night. 4 o'clock in the morning, I had to take a half of one. So I'm working on it. I've never been a good sleeper to begin with. Okay, so I'm not going to change my pronunciation in the Little House books for On the Shores of Silver Lake and The Long Winter and all that stuff. I pronounce it slough because that's just the way I was raised. So if you pronounce it slew, we're both pronouncing it correctly for our geographic regions. Okay? Hey, Stacy. Hope you didn't lose power. We got snow, then hit with rain. Yeah, this is another thing is Mother Nature, right? It is what it is. Hi, Cindy's home. Cindy's home to stay. Hey, how's it going? A few flickers, but we didn't lose power. I watched a thing on Tucker Carlson interviewed Dennis Quaid. And Dennis Quaid, if you don't know who I'm talking about, Inner Space. Dennis Quaid's one of the most well-known actors. My favorite was Inner Space, right? And he was in Postcards from the Edge and all kinds of stuff like that. Don't change a thing. I enjoy the differences in pronunciation and all the accents. A spice to life. Well, thank you, Aces. Bev, are you on Rumble? I looked into it, but didn't like their terms. They reserve the right to sue people in the creator's name in any country. I think that's if you steal their content and add it, right? So I don't when I add somebody else's content, it's because I'm doing a commentary on it, and that's allowed. That's Hey, Ruth Bruce. Is it Bruch or Bruce? From Idaho. Did you see it, Mama Dukes? It was a phenomenal interview. They were talking about EMPs, electromagnetic pulse. Okay. And they are they can be caused by solar storms. So I'm wondering if it will affect, like, would it affect my battery banks? Like, if they're not plugged in, will it affect them? I'm going to have to do some research. Sounds more like Brooke. Brush. Brooch. Brooke. I'll call you Brooke. I'll say Brooke. I'm here trying to eat late lunch. I had a piece of cheese for breakfast. I do believe Howie is going to pull out the little charcoal barbecue from London Sunshine. You can see I took a full look. I'm noticing this, right? I took a full lorazepam last night when I went to bed, and I'm pausing in my thoughts more than I normally do, right? What will? Yes, what will? So, Howie's pulling out the Little London Sunshine barbecue, I think, this afternoon for us to have, and he's going to cook sausages on it. It's not a very big barbecue. It's not very big at all, and it doesn't cook a lot, but it's enough for the both of us, right? But don't be trying to put more than one T-bone steak on it. You know what I mean? But we're going to do, as far as I know, Howie's going to do a video on that as well. He's got my camera out in the garage. God only knows what he's filming or doing out there. I don't even know if he took my tripod or not. So, no, I have not bought any Valentine's decorations for the tree. I'm going to make some. I found, do you remember, the jar on my table that I fill with the red and gold plastic Christmas ornaments, because some of them are broken and some of them don't have attachments and all that stuff. And they're all plastic. Well, I found 2 lace red hearts. So the rest I'm going to make. So we're going to have some fun, but we're not going to do it until February. I just put it on there. I turned the white lights off and I just put the red lights on there so you can see what I'm doing. I got to get some green lights for St. Patty's Day. My first complete reverse shoulder replacement on the other side was painful. I expected this to be the same. I have a fabulous surgeon who did the first shoulder, but it was a lot more complex. There you go. Faraday cages isn't for that. Sorry, there's a CME device you can get to protect them, but it's expensive. I'm making enchiladas, homemade tortillas, but I'm using some canned beef I have in the cupboard, so I'll just have to make the tortillas and the enchilada sauce. There you go. Hi, Garnett. How are you? So yeah, tomorrow's video on our half-acre homestead is another pantry pull meal. Understand, and I said this at the end of the video, almost every meal I make in the wintertime is a pantry pull meal. Why? Because my pantry's full of goodies. Like someone asked me, that $148, was that for 1 week? No, it was for 2. And in 2 weeks, we won't have to buy much more of anything else, because those eggs will last a month. So the ortho for shoulder surgery, x-rays this coming week. You just made a grilled cheese. Hi, Kay. How are you, sweetheart? You know what? You know what? You've been so busy lately and I'm tired but grateful. Me too. Me too. I'm really grateful I didn't buy potting soil in the fall, or else I'd be starting stuff already. I'm sitting here with these. These can take 3 months. Not 3 months. These can take a month and a half to germinate. So I'm actually going to soak them. No, I'm not. I'm just going to plant them and then really, really soak the soil and then cover it with plastic. That seems to be the way to get things started. Well, Howie, it looks like all that milk would last you a while too. Now, Howie drinks it. Howie drinks it. I drink it in my tea. I don't eat or drink. I don't put milk on cereal. I eat cereal dry. And if you're lactose intolerant, you want to try something different, buy yourself some granola. If you like granola but you're lactose intolerant, use apple juice. My brother-in-law taught me that. But I eat cereal like a snack. I'll eat a bowl of dry cereal, just like dry Cheerios. Not sweet, not overly sweet, not pre-sweetened cereals. They all have sugar in them. But I'll eat Cheerios or Corn Flakes or Shreddies like crackers. Or you know what I mean? As far as I'm concerned, it's much healthier than pretty much anything. So our zone changed from 9B to 10A, and that changed our planting date forward a month. Now, why would they do that? Like, seriously. That's just saying, that's just corroborating the climate stuff. Hey, Teresa Petro, watching you for years, you make me happy. No, honey, I don't. I may trigger some of your happiness, but you make you happy. Okay? It's attitude of gratitude, sweetheart. Now, listen, I got to bugger off and go work on some cast iron. That'll be a video coming up on our half-acre homestead. How we put a wire wheel on the... And apparently I have another one that has to. I got several. Like, I have more cast iron than God's got ideas. I really should. I should get Howie to build me a rack at the back of the island. Like a metal rack that I could hang my cast iron on. What do you think? I think I'm going to ask him to do that. And because I have a spider, which is not a spider, but it's a Dutch oven with legs and the concave lids so that you can put meal in and then bury it in the coals. My wood stove's not big enough. I have a large Dutch oven. I have small Dutch oven, 2 small Dutch ovens. I have 1, 2, 3, at least 3 frying pans. And I have a sausage pan or a grill pan, which has, you can cook sausages in it and stuff like that. So I think I'm going to ask Howie to build me a cast iron rack because they're a pain in the butt if you can't, if you got to go walk over to the wood stove and grab them, right? What's going on, Sherry? Got to go take a shower to go to the doctor to hear test results. Prayers would be appreciated. Absolutely, Sherry. Oh, you missed Gracie. She came right as soon as she heard me talking. She came right in. You'll have to watch the beginning. And yes, absolute prayer, Sherry. Now listen, we haven't done this in a while. So I'm going to say goodbye with a prayer. Now you can call it whatever you want. You can call it a spiritual message. You can call it a prayer. You can call it just, connecting with each other. You don't have to be any particular faith here, as long as your faith, not as long as far as I'm concerned, almost all faiths are based in love and peace. It's only when groups radicalize them and take parts out of their out of the teachings and then twist them to their narrative. But 90% of faith, 90% of people in faith practice the faith of peace and love, right? So you don't have to stay if, this is for everybody, but you don't have to stay if you don't want to. If that's not your bag, that's fine. There's no judgment if you leave, right? Not everybody Not everybody, marches to the same drummer, right? So, for all those who care to, see, we've lost about 20 some people right now. So that's fine. For all those who care to, please help me close with some spiritual nourishment. All right? You connect to your faith, I'll connect to mine, and for all intents and purposes, we will meet heart to heart, hand to hand, where the creator where the creator is. And that is in my opinion, the creator is all good all the time. God is love. Okay? So, for all those who care to, let's take a couple of nice deep breaths. Excuse me. I'm having a sinus issue. For all those who care to, let's take some nice deep breaths and inhale as deep as your lungs will take. Hold it for a second and push out all the negative, any kind of out of your, well, remember, breathing is saying God's name. So take a nice deep breath and exhale. Okay? And as you breathe in, give yourself some peaceful imagery, falling snow, blooming blossoms, whatever floats your boat. Okay? And let's get grounded and centered, okay? And again. And one last time. Hey, God, creator, source of everything. Thank you, God, for bringing us together today. And thank you for hearing my prayers on a regular basis. God, we come to you today because we know that you are light and you are love, and everything else is just 50 shades of gray. But there's a lot of people having a hard time seeing their way through the muck and the darkness of the things that are going on in our world. Down is up is down, good is bad and bad is good. All these things that are going on in the world that we just are supposed to accept as real when we feel totally different sometimes. There's people out there that are being neglected. There's people out there that are having issues with addiction. There's people out there that are being abused. There's people out there that are ill or confused. Okay? God, we lift all those people up to you. Those in financial trouble, those with sore hearts and cloudy spirits. God, we put them up to you so that the sunshine of your love may pour down on them. And even if they don't see it right away, they feel that moment where your love touches their soul and they can breathe. God, we ask that you look after us as we walk forward into this coming week. You look after us, help us to glow with the light of your love so that the darkness parts before us, and that we may help light the way for somebody else who's fighting against the darkness. Thank you, God, for always being available to us. Amen. Namaste. Miigwech. Peace be with you. Walk in the shining light of God's love. May the force be with you. That's a good one, because they may have borrowed it. You may think I've borrowed it from a movie, but what is God but an unstoppable force? We just have to tap in. Take care. God bless. And we'll see you sometime soon for another live. Otherwise, there may be a video or two this week. I love you guys. Never, ever forget that. Just because I can't see you doesn't mean my heart doesn't see you. My heart sees more than your eyes do, more than my eyes do. Okay? I love you guys. God bless.